Well, now joining us from Jalingo, Taraba State Capital, is the Executive Governor of the state, Darius Ishaku. Good to have you with us on the Prime Time News. So now the Mambilla Plateau was in the news several times this year following a series of conflict. What's the situation now?
Come again?
I asked earlier, the Mambilla Plateau was in the news several times this year following a series of conflict. What's the situation now?
The situation is very much normal. Life is back to normal. I am speaking to you right now from Gembu, not from Jalingo. I address the people of Sadona province local government today. All of us are in Gembu today, and life is normal. Everything is going on normal. And I'm happy about it. I'm elated that the people have taken the path of peace, which is the best thing for all of us. They all live now normally, and here they speak only one lingua franca. Fulani is the only thing being spoken. You can see today, even when I'm giving the checks, I was speaking in Hausa. Some of them can't respond in Hausa. I have to get interpreter to talk to them in Fulani. All of them speak the same language. So that they were having problem with themselves. Sometimes when you are here, it's very difficult for you to understand. They share the same common language. They share the same common affinity in most things, intermarriages and so forth. And thank God that life is back to normal. I'm very, very happy about it.
Mm. All right. Despite the checks that was given to help the victims and the relief materials, what plans is your government putting in place, especially with at ensuring that they return back home and resettling them?
Now, we have to go back to history. Since 1961, when there was a plebiscite, this part of the country was a trust territory. It belongs to the German, but during the World War, it was named the trust territory. It has handed over to other European countries to manage. But during the plebiscite, these people voted for coming to Nigeria. Since 1961, all the promises that were made to them were not carried out at all. And I had to go into history, and I discovered that it's the largest local government in Taraba State, and if not the whole country. So it's very difficult, and several reports before written about bringing peace here stated that the local government is too large to be administered by one person. And I went back to history in the archives, and then we came out with this idea that we have to break the local government into 6 different components, with the existing 7, so that we'll make new chiefdoms there. And most of the different ethnic groups now have affinity to their own local chief now, and they're very happy, they're very excited, grateful about it. And because of the peace coming in now, I've started their hospital, which has been in a terrible state, terribly dilapidated. And as I speak to you now, everything about the hospital is right down in Jalingo, the hospital equipment, the solar light system that will power the hospital 24 hours. We inspected it after that ceremony. The work is going on very far. I'm hoping by middle of next month I should commission it. It's a state-of-the-art hospital by the time it's finished. And I'm also setting a primary school, model primary stroke secondary school for them. The work is going to start also this week. The site is being shown to the contractor. So I'm beginning to bring in more and more things that will shower development and then make true the promises that was made in 1961 to
All right,
people.
Your Excellency, sir, let me quickly come in here. Now, it's almost a year since the State Assembly passed the law prohibiting open grazing. What plans do you have to see its implementation?
You say what? Come again?
I asked you, it's almost a year since the State Assembly passed the law prohibiting open grazing. What plans do you have to see its implementation?
Well, our implementation is being frustrated because we are training the marshals. At a point in time, they were stopped, scuttled. We started to return them a few weeks back again. There was problem. But however, we're getting over it. We will still train the marshals. All the states in the country have put on their marshals, and they had no problem except Taraba. I don't know the reason why Taraba is singled out, but we will get over it. The law is in place, but we need the marshals to enforce the law. I'm in Mambilla now, and while coming up here, somebody stopped and was showing me how fat the cows are. I said, yes, they are fat. They need a clean because they don't go anywhere. They eat the grass and stay in everywhere here on this mountain top. It's all ranching that we do here. Since 1960, they were practicing ranching here. It's only in the lowlands of Taraba State that is a new thing. But even the lowlands, some people are beginning to agree with me that ranching is the best way forward. If we get the marshals ready, we will now start to implement it. But you need somebody to monitor it so that it doesn't get out of hand or create another crisis while you're trying to implement it. I don't want any unrest. I love peace, and as my slogan, I say, give me peace, I will give you development. And now that I have peace in the Mambilla, I'm giving them development. Hospital is coming. Primary stroke secondary school is coming. I'm thinking of a tertiary institution future for them. The Kakara tea factory, this is the tea I'm drinking now, is now making the profit. I'm commissioning one of their machines, brand new, which they bought from their profit tomorrow. And 2,600 and about 50 people are employed.
All right, Your
company.
Excellency, I need to quickly cut in now. It was in the media, there was news making the rounds that a place was discovered where terrorists were being trained in the state. Could you clear the air on this?
I should clear the air on what?
That a place was discovered in the state where terrorists were being trained.
No, that is a lie. It's not a, how can you discover a place? It's a lie. The training was done in a primary school, not too far from the military installation. It's an exaggeration. People want to do that because they have access to email, face mail, what have you. So people create this, there was nothing like that. It's absolutely untrue. It's false. All the security agencies are aware that this training will go on. And it's the marshals that they were training. They are training without arms. So there was nothing like that. Absolutely wrong story.
All right, let's look at power supply in the Mambilla Plateau. How far have you gone with regards to providing the power supply in that region?
Well, power supply, the big power belongs to the federal government. It's a 3,000 plus megawatts. It's a very, very huge project. That is a project that is in the hands of the federal government. What I do here, like the Kakara tea factory in Highlands, I have a mini hydropower pump powering it. But the problem I have in my hands is that all the people in Gembu here have migrated down to Kakara to tap into their light. And so they are consuming the light, and very soon the factory will have problem. So I'm trying to do a Tunga 2, that is the second stage of the dam, so that I will provide enough power for the factory and give it some to Ngoroje and possibly Gembu town. If I can do that, then I will know that 3 towns have been given power from our own hydro power station. And then anytime God agrees that the big dam is built, then fine. But at least there is 24 hours light in Kakara. The villagers are happy. Welders are migrating there to tap into the light, and they're not paying anything. So we are trying to work hard on this stage too. Otherwise, we will not have power to even drive our factory. The Highland Tea is doing very well.
All right, Taraba State Governor Darius Ishaku speaking to us from Gembu. Many thanks for your time on the Primetime News.